Hello everyone, I'm going to be reviewing Monsters University. Monsters University is directed by Dan Scanlon, written by Dan Gerson, Robert L. Brad, and Dan Scanlon, produced by Corey Ray, starring Billy Crystal, John Goodman, Steve Buscemi, Helen Mirren, Peter Shawn, Joel Murray, Sean Hayes, Dave Foley, Charlie Day, Nathan Fillion, and more. Cinematography from Matt Aldersbury as camera, and John Claude Cliche is lighting. Edited by Greg Snyder, music by Randy Newman, production companies from Walt Disney Pictures and Pixar Animation Studios, distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures. Released June 5th, 2013 at BFI Sound, South Bank, and June 21st, 2013 in the United States. Running for 104 minutes. The budget for this movie is $200 million, and in the box office it got $743.6 million. Plot for this movie: six-year-old kindergartner, Gartner, I don't know how to say that properly, Mike Wazowski begins to dream of becoming a scarer, a monster who enters a human world at night to scare children. It harvests their screams for energy to power the cities of Monstropolis. 11 years later, Mike enrolls in the scaring program at Monsters University and meets classmate James P. Sullivan, Abigail Hardscrabble, Dean of MU, Monsters University, wants the students that anyone who does not pass a final exam at the end of this first semester will have to leave the scaring program. And the semester progresses, and an intense rivalry forms between Mike, who studies hard to improve himself, and Sully, who relies only on his natural talent to begin to falter. They both attempt to join a fraternity, but only Sully is accepted in Raw Omega Raw, the most pretentious house on campus. Hardscrabble tests that separately and fails in both. Mike for not being scary, Sully for choosing the wrong approach to scare a child without having all the relevant information about them. They are forced to transfer into another program of study. Cast for this movie, we've got Billy Crystal as Mike Wazowski, John Goodman as James P. Sullivan, Steve Buscemi as Randall Boggs, Peter Shawn as Scott Squibbles, John Murray as Don Carlton, Sean P. Hayes as Dave Foley, Charlie Day as Art, Helen Mirren as Dean Abigail Hardscrabble, Alfred Molina as Professor Derek, Tyler Label as Brock Pearson, Nathan Fillion as Johnny J. Worthington III, Aubrey Plaza as Clara Wheeler, Bobby Mohan as Cheat, and more. Production plans for the second Monsters Inc. film existed since 2005, following disagreements between Disney CEO Michael Eisner and Pixar CEO Steve Jobs. Disney, which owned the rights to make sequels to all of the Pixar films up to Cars, announced that a sequel to Monsters Inc. would be made by Circle 7 Animation, named after the street where its studio was located, and an often used television station logo in the United States, designed in early 1960s for the American Broadcasting Company. 5 owned and operated stations, all of which broadcast on VHF Channel 7, which also working on early drafts of Toy Story 3 and Finding Nemo 2, titled Monsters Inc. 2, Lost in Stardust. The film would have focused on Mike and Sully visiting the human world to give Boo a birthday present, only to find that she has moved after getting trapped in the human world. Mike and Sully would split up and disagreeing on what to do. Screenwriters Rob Murr and Bob Heinberg were hired to write a script for the film and storyboarded an early draft of it. Disney changed of management in late 2005, in which Eisner would replace by Bob Iger, led to renewed negotiations with Pixar, and in early 2006, Disney announced it had purchased the studio. And let's just get into my thoughts. Just quick thoughts for this movie. This film it's a great movie. yeah, I like Monsters University. I know some people are like, yeah, it's good. I think it's great. Uh, I really did enjoy my time watching Monsters University. Just to bring back the nostalgia from Monsters Inc. And yeah, it was just a fun time. I really do enjoy Monsters University. But for my school for Monsters University, I'm going to be giving it a 4 out of 5 stars percentage. I'm going to be giving it an 86% rating. I'm going to be giving it a B plus, and out of 10, I'm going to be giving it an 8.6 out of 10. Thanks for watching this review for Monsters University. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel. It'll be a big help. Thanks for watching. Take care.